Hey guys, welcome back to with the Dragon here, Dragon Works. And sorry, I haven't been shooting a lot of videos lately. I've just been so overwhelmed with work, so busy. I'm like 3 to 4 weeks booked up. I tell people, they say, "Oh, no problem, I'll wait," and then just more work just keeps piling in. But this started out as a mobile job. This is 2000 Honda Goldwing GL1500. And it started out as a simple electrical problem, and then ended up running into more trouble. So we decided that it was time to get it to the shop so I could get it torn apart, because his garage was pretty full and I had other jobs I had to do, so I couldn't just leave it all torn apart there and come back in a couple weeks. So I scheduled him a couple weeks later, and here we are. And like I say, I've been running into some crazy electrical situations. The bike sat for a while, and he went to start it one day. Something about it started up, and then he shut it off or something and went to restart it and made a big popping noise. And that was it. Then it sat for a year, and then he finally got a hold of me. And one of the problems I found was the ignition switch. As you can see down in there, it must have been in the weather at one point. It had a bunch of corrosion on the inside of it. And I got that working finally, and that solved part of the problem. But then the other problem was when the ignition shorted out, it must have screwed the battery up, because even though it said it had 12.9 volts in it, it wouldn't do anything. It wouldn't turn the starter. As soon as you turn the key on, it would drop down to like 4 volts. So that was kind of screwing us up there, trying to find the electrical situation. So anyway, I finally got the ignition switch worked out, and I jumped the battery with another battery. And get out of here, fly. Man, interrupt my video. But anyway, I jumped it off of another battery, and I got the bike started. It took a little while, cranked it a lot. But I finally got it started, and as soon as I got it started, gas was just pouring out of the carburetors. So you can access the carburetors right here relatively easy, but you cannot disconnect them right there easily without removing all this stuff off the side, because the screws that actually release the carburetors are in on the side. You got to go through here. So yeah, it turned into a little simple job, and now I'm going on the 3rd day of this thing, and I got other people scheduled. And if you're waiting, just be patient, because it's backing my schedule up. I need to get this done. Obviously, it's taking up a lot of room here. I need to get it done and get it back to the customer as soon as possible, but I also got to get out of here so I got room. But there's a ton of stuff in here that's got to be unhooked. It has cruise control. Also, it's got, you can't really see them down here, but it has coolant lines that actually hook to the body of the carburetor for better warm up and keep them cool so they don't vapor lock and heat and all that kind of stuff. And then of course it's got a million little emission lines and so forth, and here's a sensor, air temperature sensor and what have you. So there is just a ton of stuff that's got to be removed to get these out of here. What it looks like is, as it's running, the pressure from the fuel pump is actually making the bowls gaskets leak. It doesn't appear to leak when it sits still, but as soon as you start it, gas pours out. And it doesn't pour out of the little overflow tubes, which are down underneath of there. It's just dumping out underneath the carburetor. So the best I can tell, it's leaking out of both bowls of the carburetors. It sat for a year or more. I guess they dried up or what have you. And so now that's where we're at. And then, of course, the guy's just trying to get it running so he can sell it. He's got a bunch of newer bikes. This is a 2000. And, yeah, that's about it. So, anyway, I got to get back to work, get this done. I know I haven't, like I say, I haven't been shooting a lot of videos. I haven't really been on social media a whole lot lately. It's a wild world out there, and right now I've been trying to avoid it a little bit, actually. But I want to get some videos for you guys, and also customers. Either people who are following me, or maybe customers who are considering having some work done, would like to see what I'm doing or what I can do or what have you. So, you know, I got to keep some videos rolling, but I also got to get the work done. So you can see on this side where the gas was just pouring out. There's gas laying there, and you can see where it dripped all down there. Yeah, wasn't pretty. Little discouraging, but it is what it is. So yeah, this is gonna back me up a couple days right here. So anyway, I got to get back to work, like I said, get this thing done for the customer. All right, guys, I'll shoot some other videos as I go along. I did actually shoot one or two before this video. When I first started it, I was all excited. It wasn't running that great yet. It was surging and what have you, but after it warmed up, I was able to shut the choke off and it started idling, but that's when I noticed that the gas was pouring out, so I had to shut it off. But so I may post those videos as well. This one has just about 60,000 miles on it. And when I had it running, it, like I say, it started idle and everything. This thing ran really good, really responsive and all that. It's just a shame that the bowl gaskets are dried out. They're just rubber. So yeah, they dry out and get a little pressure in there, they start leaking. So that's a shame, but we'll get it taken care of. Or I will. I always say we. Me and the mouse in my pocket, I guess. But all right, guys. Thanks again for watching. Dragon says, peace out.